And Kelly, I just want to play what the president just said. He's with the president of Poland and Samantha Power about war crimes.
The single most important thing that we can do from the outset is keep the democracies united in our opposition and our effort to curtail the devastation that is occurring at the hands of a man who, I quite frankly, think is a war criminal. And I think it will meet the legal definition of that as well.
And as you know, Kelly, for a while the U.S. was reluctant to talk about it because it isn't legally proved yet. They have to go through, potentially years of evidence gathering. But the president has now, in the last week, and the Secretary of State, and they came out with a formal statement just a few days ago that these indeed are war crimes, and they are reporting the evidence to the international tribunals who are gathering evidence. There are 3 of them at least. Kelly?
A ratcheting up of the rhetoric, for certain, going from a personal assessment, the kind of visceral reaction anyone could have to the events that are happening in Ukraine, and then now saying that through the apparatus of the U.S. government, with intelligence and with a legal analysis, that it officially should rise to the level of war crimes. And as you point out, that is a long process. But it is more than semantics. It is a tool that can be used in this diplomatic realm, as the president has been meeting with other leaders like President Duda of Poland, who he's with today, to try to keep the solidarity among allies who at times view these issues differently. And when I say issues, I mean the broad issues of the economic fallout that comes from this war, the response in terms of how the NATO community, the G7 community should respond in terms of giving military assets to Ukraine. They have different views on some of these matters, even though they are united. And so every way that they can find that unity, the president is trying to emphasize that, and we see that again and again. He did so again today. That was part of his briefing that, as I came to the camera here, was still ongoing, about the aid that is going to Ukrainian refugees, who are a big part of the story here in Poland. He'll be meeting with those who have been providing food and have been offering shelter, help with medical care, getting fresh documents for people who had to leave everything behind, in the numbers that are hard to even comprehend, Andrea, and the needs will be so great. The U.S. is committing enormous resources in terms of dollars and in terms of knowledge and expertise, and that's part of what the president wants to see himself today.